Measuring for inside mount faux wood blinds might seem a bit tricky at first, but with the right steps, you can get precise measurements for a perfect fit. Here's a simple step-by-step guide to help you measure like a pro. First, you'll need a few essential tools: a steel tape measure, a pencil, and a piece of paper or a notepad to record your measurements. Make sure you use a steel tape measure, as fabric ones can bend and give inaccurate results. Now let's start with the width. Measure the inside width of your window at 3 different points: the top, the middle, and the bottom. This step is crucial because windows can be slightly uneven and you want to ensure your blinds fit snugly. Record the smallest of these 3 measurements to use as the width. This will ensure that the blinds fit into the narrowest part of your window and won't be too wide. Next, we need to measure the height. Measure the inside height of your window in 3 places: the left, the center, and the right. This time, you'll want to record the largest of these 3 measurements. This is because selecting the largest measurement guarantees that your blinds cover the entire window length without leaving any gaps. Now there's one more important step: checking the depth of your window. This is crucial to confirm there's enough space for the mounting brackets and the blind slats to fit without sticking out. Use your tape measure to measure from the front edge of the window frame to the back and note the depth. Our inside mount blinds require a minimum window depth of 3 inches if mounting without the decorative valance. With the valance installed, we require 4½ inches. The minimum depth needed for an inside mount faux wood blind is 1½ inches. If your windows have less than that, you'll want to measure for an outside mount blind. I have a separate video for that. Be sure to check your available depth to avoid any surprises during installation. Now, a few helpful tips. When measuring, for width, always round your measurements to the nearest 1/8 of an inch for accuracy. If your measurements fall exactly on a 1/16 mark, round down to the next 1/8. For instance, if your width is 30 and 3/16 inches, round down to 30 and 1/8 inches. When measuring for height, again always round your measurements to the nearest 1/8 of an inch for accuracy. If your measurements fall exactly on a 1/16 mark, round up to the next 1/8. For instance, if your height is 58 and 3/16 inches, round up to 58 and 1/4 inches. When recording your measurements, write down the width first and the height second. For example, if your final measurements are 35 inches wide by 60 inches tall, note them as 35 width by 60 height. This standard notation ensures that your order will be processed correctly. Lastly, keep in mind that for inside mount blinds, your window should be free from obstructions like window cranks or handles that could interfere with the blind's operation. Double check for any such obstructions and account for them if needed. And there you have it, a complete guide to measuring for inside mount faux wood blinds. Follow these steps and you'll be well on your way to achieving a professional custom fit that looks great and functions perfectly. Happy measuring!